What's up, guys? The first thing I'm going to talk about today is the YMCA. The YMCA is a great place to work out, play sports, or just climb walls. Just the other day I was there playing racquetball with my dad. They've even got yoga and other training classes. If you want, you can even go to any of the camps or special activities the Y's got set up. Next on the agenda is Meridian Lanes. At Meridian Lanes, you're supposed to bowl. Now that means rolling a ball down a small lane to hit the pins at the end. I don't know if you've ever driven a car across the bowling lanes, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just remember, don't bowl laying down, because the bowling police are watching. The last topic of the day is the Boise Zoo. As most of you hopefully know, the zoo is a place where animals from all over the world can stay. These animals include lions, zebras, bears, and hippos. The animals that are brought to the zoo from different places in the world can be sick, wounded, or just plain hungry.
Just eat it. Don't wanna argue, I don't wanna debate. Don't wanna hear about what kind of food you hate. You won't get no dessert till you clean off your plate. So eat it. Don't you tell me you're full, just eat it. Eat it. Get yourself an egg and beat it. Have some more chicken, have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried.
Don't forget to visit the zoo in your spare time, everyone. Well, this has been Alex Gow, and I'm chasing the zebra out. Don't get eaten now.
Hey aviators, it's Chelsea here with another very special report. Today I'm going to be talking about The Lord of the Rings. Who doesn't like The Lord of the Rings? I know mostly everybody loves them. Okay, so I'm here with Mrs. Nagy interviewing her on her favorite character about Lord of the Rings. So Mrs. Nagy, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Arwen, the half-elven.
Why is Arwen your favorite character?
I love her because she's feminine, but yet she's strong of character and conviction at the same time, and she stands up for her man.
There are a lot of strong female roles in Lord of the Rings. Everyone can see that. This trilogy is about a hobbit's journey to Mordor, or the worst place in Middle-earth, to destroy the one evil in the world, the One Ring, and its creator, Sauron. These stories are riddled with different languages, such as Elvish, the black speech of Mordor, and the dwarven language called Kazoodo. With his companion Samwise in tow, Frodo goes off on a journey, meeting different creatures, elves, dwarves, ringwraiths, a scraggly creature named Gollum, and men. As he continues on to Mordor, the terrain becomes much more dangerous for two small hobbits. However, in the end, the ring does get destroyed and Middle-earth is once again restored to its former beauty. However, before this trilogy came to be, The Hobbit, or There and Back Again, was created. This tale is about a small hobbit named Bilbo Baggins, a young hobbit who lives at Bag End in the Shire. He is tricked by the cunning wizard Gandalf to invite dwarves into his home and host a party. Bilbo was then sung to about the lonely mountain and the dragon Smaug, who harbors treasures in his mountain. Bilbo is then taken on a wild journey to look for this treasure. While on this journey, the dwarves, Bilbo, and Gandalf run into various creatures, such as trolls, Mirkwood elves, giant spiders, and a magic ring. After killing Smaug, many armies come in it and battle for the treasure. Bilbo gets knocked unconscious while wearing the ring and is out for half the battle. When he awakes, Thorin, the great dwarf leader, is dying. After all are dead, Bilbo returns to the Shire, a changed and wealthy hobbit. He becomes the first hobbit in the history of Hobbiton to have gone on an adventure. The Hobbit movie is finally coming out on December 14th of this year. However, this is sadly only part 1, but there will be many grand actors coming in for this movie, both parts to be exact. And this is Chelsea saying adios, aviators.
Good morning, aviators, and welcome to another Super Broadcast. For national news today, Adobe Photoshop has created a new app that can be accessed on the iPad. There was already a mobile version of the Adobe Photoshop editor on the iPod and iPad, but this new version is as good as it gets. The app costs a total of $9.99, but it's all worth it when you really just need to edit on the go. In the U.S., a World War II veteran was carjacked in Detroit at a gas station. He says when he was knocked down, nobody came to help him. Everybody just walked by. He had just finished church when a man hit him from behind and drove off with his 2010 Chrysler. Compass, don't bully like those people. Help out when someone is in need. For local news today, Occupy Wall Street is coming to a halt. But is it really? Governor Butch Otter signed the HB 404 bill proclaiming that the campers only have a few days to clear out before they are kicked off the property. But the protesters still won't leave. Mary Reilly is one of the protesters, and she says she won't leave until she sees change. What is that change? We will never know. Until next time, Compass, I'm Klaus Hume, and you can trust me, I'm not a weatherman.
Good morning, aviators. I'm Lara Simmons here with your school news. Remember that this Friday, March 9th, are spring pictures, which include class pictures as well as individual pictures. Also, for a heads up, next Tuesday, March 13th, is the high school orientation, so put that date on your calendar. Ye who are wanting to go and talk old-fashioned and watch Shakespeare, well, Shakespearean Experience is coming to Compass on Wednesday, March 21st at 9 a.m. in the high school auditorium. Entrance is free thanks to the school. The play they will be holding is Macbeth. The Shakespearean Experience goes around to schools in their off-season, and this year they will be their first time coming to Compass, so take advantage and mark your calendars. This week's Student Spotlight is Van Forster. Van is applying for a Navy school in Utah. Let's go to Van.
Thanks for meeting with me today, Vance. How did you first get interested in the Navy?
It really started when my dad was talking about his best friend who had been to the U.S. Naval Academy. He said I might be a good officer candidate, and I thought, yeah, that sounds interesting. So I researched it, and I found a program they had for young adults called the U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps, which I'm currently in, and yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. So how did you apply for the Navy Academy?
I haven't applied for the academy yet. You can't apply until your junior year of high school or the summer of your junior year. What I did do is I applied for a what's called the STEM program, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, which is a camp they hold over the summer. I'm not sure if I'm in yet. They don't tell me that for a couple months. However, a couple weeks after I sent in my application, they sent me a letter inviting me to the admissions forum in Salt Lake City in a couple of weeks.
So that's how you're planning to take it in the future, I'm guessing?
Yeah. What I have to do is I have to get a senator recommendation or a presidential recommendation in order to attend. So that's going to be interesting, see how I'm going to get one of those. It's very, very competitive application process. Each senator can only appoint 5 individuals per academy. So out of all the people in our area that apply, only, let's see, we have 2 senators, so that's only 10 people will get appointed to the Naval Academy.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for sharing your story, Van. And as soon as you get some more information, I'll be delivering it. Can we redo that end part? Sorry.
Hello, aviators. It is I, Bryce the Mechanical Genius, and this is Under the Hood. I'm here with new stories to enthrall your mind and spirit. First off, have you ever wondered, since it is cold outside, and how different weather conditions affect your car? Well, today I'm going to tell you how you can keep your car in the best condition possible. First of the 2 most common weather conditions is rain. Now, when you think of water and metal, you think of corrosion, which is exactly what will happen to your prized possession. How you can avoid this terrible event is to keep it covered, using many different types of car covers, or as many people use, a garage. So go figure. And keep it in a dry location to allow the water to drip off. Partially, the bad part about car covers is that they're usually made of fabric, and water can seep through and slowly rust your car. Secondly, snow. Snow can do the same as rain, only increase the damage by getting into small crevices and melt when temperatures drop, or freeze when temperatures drop below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and can pry those small crevices into gigantic cracks. How you can prevent this is simply keeping your car inside where it can stay mildly dry and clean. But the most hazardous problem with keeping your car outside is if the water gets under the hood. And now that the water gets into the engine, such as if it snuck into the piston compartment, it would start eroding the pistons, where you can try to turn, whenever you try to turn the engine over or try turning the car on, you would actually destroy the engine by allowing corroded particles of the pistons to go through the entire car and soon creating a problem somewhere in the engine. It'll cost you a ghastly amount of money to fix. Well, this happens to be all for me. This has been Bryce, the Mechanical Genius, rooming out of here.
I like evolution, because that means that I can fly, and I like to fly in the sky. I love the whole world, and all its sights and sounds. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. I don't like Oregon Ducks. I don't like Boise State. I don't like the Denver Broncos, but I do like the Washington Huskies. I love they're so good. They are purple and gold. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. If you want good colors, you should look at black and gold, because blue and orange, man, they make me really cold. I like real football, so Boise State doesn't count. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.